everybody, welcome to the Knitting Turnpike. Welcome to the Knitting Turnpike. My name is Gina Pike. I'm so happy that you're here today for another edition of TurnPike's Thursday tutorials. Today I'm going to be talking about Judy Becker's Magic Cast On. What is this cast on? And I don't know if many of you guys have ever heard of it. If you are an avid sock knitter, I'm sure you have, or if you maybe knitted something where you needed to cast on and it needed to have a seamless edge, you probably have heard of this. Judy Becker invented this cast on, and it is magic, which is hence the name. What this is mainly used for that I know of is when you want to do a sock and you want to start from the toe up. And I'm going to show you two ways to do it. One is my least favorite way with DPNs because they're a little fiddly, so be kind of patient with me when you're watching that because it is fiddly. But the other one I'm going to show you with the magic loop. So let's get started. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them down below. I'm here today to another edition of TurnPike's Thursday tutorials. You need to grab some DPNs, a skein of yarn, and if you're interested in trying another method, grab a pair of circular needles. I'm going to show you how to do Judy's Magic Cast On two ways. One with DPNs, one with a circular knitting needle. You want to do this cast on, or a similar type of a cast on, when you're starting your sock. This is a toe up method. So in the videos I showed you, we went from the top down. This type of cast on is used when you want to start here and go from the toe up. And what you're basically going to be doing is creating this fabric here that we did with the Kitchener stitch. To close it up, but basically we're going to do a cast on that creates that, and then you can start building around your sock after that. So let's get started. Like I said, there's a couple of ways to do this. Let me get myself comfortable here. I'm going to show you the DPN way first. You're going to take your DPNs and you're going to hold them parallel to each other like this. You're going to get your yarn and you're going to unwind about, and this is just a worsted weight yarn that I have in my stash. It's just for practice. So I'm going to unwind about that much yarn. You don't need a lot. I'm going to be just doing the size small cast on, and for the size small you need 12 stitches cast on. So I'm going to be casting on 6 stitches on each needle. You're going to position your yarn, your working yarn at the top, the yarn where it has the end at the bottom. Then you slide your yarn over the top needle. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pull your yarn with your fingers, get your first finger and your thumb, and you're going to grab the yarn like this and just split it open. But you're not going to hold it tight, and you're like, this is a long tail cast on. You're not going to pull it all the way back like that. You're just going to hold it open like this, because what we're going to be doing with this cast on is we're going to be moving these needles like this to grab the yarn. So you just have to hold it, and you want to hold it kind of loosely because the yarn is going to be moving through your fingers. So the thing you need to know is when you cast on the bottom needle, you're going to go to the top yarn. When you cast on the top needle, you're going to go to the bottom yarn. So it's reverse. And since we've already got, this is our first stitch where we just slid this on, we're going to go cast a stitch on the bottom needle. So we're going to go up to the top, and you're going to go from the bottom to the top and just slide it on like that. And I always like to go on from the bottom to the top so that my stitches are always oriented the same way on the needles. And if you just, some people say it doesn't matter if you do whichever way you can get it on, but I like to keep it all the same, and you're not trying to figure out which way you're supposed to knit through your stitches. So I go from bottom to top. So next we're going to do the top needle, because we got one stitch here, we're ready to do this top needle. So you go down, bottom to top, like that. Up here, bottom to top. Now we got 2 stitches on each needle, bottom to top, like that. Bottom to top, bottom to top, bottom to top. Just kind of slide them all together like that. Continue on. Bottom to top, bottom to top, bottom to top, bottom to top. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. So that's all I need. All my stitches are cast on. So see, you really could have had even a shorter length of yarn. You really don't need a lot. But so now that we've cast on the number of stitches that we need, and again, you want to cast on the number you need for the size sock that you're going to be making. But you take your yarn and you turn it 180 degrees in the other direction. You take your tail yarn, turn it, push it, pull it over the top of the yarn that goes to your working yarn, just like that, so that it kind of helps minimize gaps. And then you're just going to knit into these stitches and knit the first round. Okay, get the first stitch off. Okay, so we got the first 3 stitches knitted off. Slide them to the center of your DPN. Okay, we're going to knit the next 3 off. And again, these are fiddly, so don't be frustrated by that. Just let them be fiddly while you're messing with them. Alright, so now we got the first needle knit. Yay! And now we got to knit the next 6 stitches. Alright, we've knit the first round. And now we should have a small piece of fabric here in the center. That is the start of our toe-up sock. And you can see what that looks like. There's the cast on. And this is the top of your sock here. Here, this part, and it's going to, your sock's going to start building around it and start coming down. Again, the beginning of a toe-up sock. And that's what it looks like. Alright, so now that we've done it with DPNs, you can also do this with a magic loop. So you need a circular needle. Make sure that you have one with a little bit of a cord. Again, it's the same thing that you did with the DPN. So you start out with slipping the yarn over the first needle, the needle on top, hold them parallel. You don't need a long piece of thing because you're only casting on 12 stitches. You grab the yarn between your two fingers like this. These needles are really, really slick, so I'm going to use my finger to hold it down. But for the bottom needle, you go to the top, bottom to top. From the top needle, you go to the bottom, bottom to top, 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 oops, bottom to top, bottom to top, one more, bottom to top, bottom to top. Six on each needle, so there's 12. Take that working yarn, or take that end of the yarn over the working yarn. Turn your needles around like this. You're going to pull this yarn out from the bottom. The needle out from the bottom. This way is so much easier. Sorry, DPNs, you and I are not really good friends. Look how much faster that goes. Alright, so that's the first side. Then you go and you push this back through. And you knit this you knit the stitches on the top by pulling from the bottom. And you just knit those with your working yarn. Sorry, don't want to get that all mixed up. There we go. Yarn's a little splitty. There you go. And that's your cast on for the toe up sock. Judy's Magic Cast On. And that's all there is to it. And there you go. You have the start. You have the start of your sock coming from the toe up. And that's all there is to it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please don't hesitate to give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, put them down below. I appreciate you guys being here for another Thursday's tutorial. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you're new here and like this kind of knitting crochet content, please don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel. And for all you guys who are here time and time again, thank you so much. And I will see all of you next time. Hope you have a wonderful day.